Hope everyone is doing well. Alright, let's get going. I've been playing a bit of No Man's Sky, which, despite the flaws, I am enjoying. So maybe alien creature stuff. We'll try and be a little more painty this time.
Georgia by the sea, working for some man who may not know at all who I might be. If you ever see me coming, and you know just who I am, don't breathe a word to no one but
Yeah, so just trying to get some shapes in. Not super alien-y, really. Amy-chan, hello. Thank you very much. Good to have you on the stream. Fenrist, hello. Good to see you as always. Yeah, a little bit late to post tonight.
The birds and the bees got wise to the light. So they took to the trees and took to the skies. On top of the chain and safe from the rain. What you know about the ways of the underside? Bought a hot chocolate for my North and Guinea. Cause they're hip to the bull and they're hip to the light. And it help with the rest 'cause you ain't got a penny. What you know about the waves on the underside? What do you know?
Have I caught Kubo yet? Chrome? No, I haven't. I really want to, but no, I've been really bad at catching movies lately. But it's definitely one that is that I definitely want to see. I wanted to see it already, and then everyone who I've spoken to has gone, has said it's been amazing. So that has just encouraged me. Luca, do I have a regular schedule? Not exactly. I've been trying to do Saturday afternoons, though I will miss that sometimes just because weekends are a little unpredictable. But yeah, Saturday afternoons most of the time. But yeah, I mean, basically just keeping an eye on Twitter or Twitter's probably the best because it seems to be the one that is least filtered. Like, if you're following me and you look at it at the right time, you'll get it. Whereas Facebook is shit at that. And Instagram is okay if you like my stuff a heap, but it can be not as convenient. Oh no, Natalie, hello. Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. And thanks. Fun music. Let me try. Man, I was so jealous. So your Simon Lee art jam thing, so freaking cool. We had him come to work a couple of weeks ago and do a demo. It's freaking amazing. Definitely inspiring. I don't know whether I'm going to end up doing any sculpting anytime soon, but you never know. This is so fun day, yeah, I can imagine. It's sort of nice to know that he hasn't been doing it for that long, too. Makes it feel a little bit like, oh yeah, I could go and pick that up, maybe. I mean, honestly, I'm not bad at sculpture. It's like a slow process though, and I just don't make the time for it. But there's not bad, and then there's friggin' insane. Also, Fenris, the last update on Patreon. Thanks, man. Glad you like it. Apologies again for being a little slower. But yeah, trying to get some more stuff done off stream. God, finding time seems, I don't know, feels bad just like trying to make excuses, so I'm not really going to, but I don't know. So I'm taking this a little sort of as I go. Like, I obviously didn't plan it out too much. It's not like super alien-y. A little bit regular quadruped, like, I mean, well, obviously not quadruped, but nothing too crazy going on here as far as like alien anatomy goes. Almost turning into like an exercise and rendering a little bit, getting sort of the muscles looking nice. Oh yeah, the phase beasts, maybe. Always cool. Oh, that's funny. It reminds me, there was a story posted the other day from Tony DiTerlizzi. About a bunch of the original D&D creatures, which I guess were designed sort of based on these super dodgy Chinese like animal toys. It's like, oh yeah, owlbear, or the bullet thing, or the Umber Hulk. Do I have a methodical approach to lighting? So this sort of thing is it's like, this is just standard. I don't have anything fancy going on here. I cheat like adding in the atmospheric perspective earlier. Or just like the general sort of, like general lighting without a super strong, spotlight or anything, just because it's easier. I'm really just trying to find the forms at the moment, so finding the forms and like trying to work in some fancy like lighting angle or something at the same time is really like basically makes it twice as complicated to try and work out. So I'll try and make sure I'm getting my like cast shadows working like onto legs and things, but aside from that, it's basically like, yeah, top down sort of from the left, or well from one of the sides, because I'm flipping all the time. It's pretty arbitrary, really. Yeah, light's coming from the sky, and that's honestly what I do most of the time. Displacer beasts. Yes, there you go. What did I call them? I don't remember now. I was never huge, like, I loved the monster manuals, because I was like, oh, there's so much cool stuff. So I borrowed them off friends a couple times, but I never played D&D that much. A lot of what I know is probably from Neverwinter Nights, which is, like, similar enough. Has anyone else been doing anything interesting lately? I feel like I've just been working. Having a puppy is like, oh yeah, it takes so much extra time that I'm always just sort of like, oh yeah, sit down, just like watch some TV, or I don't know, play some No Man's Sky lately, which has been interesting. I can see why people have reacted the way they have, obviously. Still having fun though. Oh, sorry, Amy Chen. I completely missed that. You're a concept intern in CDev. Nice. I didn't even know they did interns like that. That's awesome. You should definitely talk to someone in CDEV and see if they want to give you a tour. I'm sure you would be totally able to do that. Get you to come over, show off some stuff. Doggy daycare. We do that occasionally. Do doggy daycare about once a week. Though it's usually weekdays, so we don't have to deal with her, like, wrangle her. But I've been able to, I can take her to work, so, that makes things super easy. And I end up just, she ends up just being pretty good. She, like, sleeps most of the day. But yeah, we've got a pretty good place near us that we go to if we're doing stuff. Yeah, we have a lot of people who bring their dogs into work. I mean, they have to be pretty well behaved, but I've been pretty lucky that we, like, got her in early, and I've been trying to make sure that she's getting used to it, so that she can continue doing it, and she does really well, considering. That was from, that was some Ben Frost, who is fantastic. You should definitely check out. Hanskin, hello. Good to have you here. How did I come up with the idea for this piece? I was thinking about aliens that I was encountering in No Man's Sky, and wanted to do some sort of beasties. Um, you still need to play that game. It depends on what you want to get out of it. You could potentially get away with waiting a little longer before you start. Or at least do some reading and work out what your expectations are. I'm definitely enjoying it, but it's definitely not quite as fully fleshed out as you may have been led to believe. What's my favorite thing about it? I enjoy the exploration. Honestly, like, it's just something satisfying about. They did a pretty good job with the generation of like all the environments and everything, and potentially like after I mean, I'm taking my time on like visiting planets and stuff, so maybe after a little while so I haven't visited that many different ones yet. So after a little while, I'll probably end up like running into ones that are feeling a little more similar. I mean, there's already a little bit of that, but for now, I'm really enjoying the like just flying around to different places, seeing what there is to offer. I don't know how long that's gonna last to like keep me actually involved, but yeah, it's pretty cool for now. I have a relatively sort of like addictive personality, so if I get started in something like that, I'll just sort of spend a lot of time, even if it's not actually that compelling. Yeah, I feel like they weren't. You've been enjoying the exploration, but haven't been very lucky with animal variation. I feel like they didn't do as much as they maybe could have with like the variety. And I know I'm sure it's actually super difficult to come up with a system that actually makes that many interesting things. But like it is very like you'll see occasional like octopus things or like whatever, but it's all very, very based on things that exist. Like it's a dinosaur. There's a lot of stuff that's based on dinosaurs, right? And then you get crab things, and that covers those two things alone cover a huge progression, or a huge amount of the things. I mean, I feel like that is their selling point, right? But that there's just not really enough. There's not quite enough variety. Din Money hosting. Hello. Thanks, man. Good to see you. Yeah, the resource management especially is not like, I don't know, not super compelling, and their inventory management is such a friggin' pain. Go back a bit. Sick note Ebola. Do I use any reference for lighting? No, honestly it is. I mean occasionally. But if it's something super specific that I'm doing, but more often it's just playing it, like working it out as I go. And honestly, that probably ends up with me doing like not trying out, not being as adventurous as I could. Because I end up just sort of falling back on the same thing more often, just like more standard fighting schemes. But I mean, I do like, I look at a lot of stuff, and I do occasionally still do studies and things. And that helps so that I like will work. I spend more time working on stuff outside of like specific pieces, and then when I'm doing something, hopefully what I did previously will be relevant. More so much than like starting a piece and then looking up reference. So I will do that too sometimes. Like in this case, it's less likely because I'm not really sure what I'd look up. But if I was like actually painting some horses or something, I'd probably look up at least some horses. Fenrisk, good to see you. Glad you could make it briefly. Or not so briefly, since I've been gone 45 minutes or so. The library to check out what you've seen. Oh yeah, definitely. It's like there's no way of like going in and zooming out on stuff. There's no way of like really going back very well at all. It's like, yep, all right. Even if you see something cool, which I've seen some pretty great stuff. Especially the last planet I landed on is like super lush. Got a heap of life on it, so it's like, oh my god, finally. I'm like, yes, I'll plan to hang out, explore here for longer, and then yeah. But I'm not like, am I ever gonna go back and look at those things that I discover? I guess that's the part of the problem too, with like, there's not the amount of stuff you're gonna like that is in the game. It feels there's no, if you're a completionist, you're screwed, right? Like you're not ever gonna, like even if you complete like the planets that you visit, I don't know how much satisfaction there is for that. And you can't like, it's not like Pokemon, right? You're not gonna have your which is probably fine. Like, it doesn't need to be Pokemon. But you don't have your library that you can go and look at and check out the stats and things. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's not nice. There's no going back and looking at the models and spinning them around or whatever. And there's, considering how much stuff there is, it almost feels like there isn't much, not much, like, there's no encouragement to do that. Just because you're always going to be discovering more stuff. So it's like, why would I go and look at the stuff I already saw? When I can go and there'll just be new cool stuff. It's just like, always moving. Inquan, hello. Good to see you. Inquan, how long have I been doing digital? Oh, thank you very much, man. I got my first copy of Photoshop in 2000. But I didn't start doing art like quite then. Actually, I started off doing a lot more stuff in Illustrator because it was a little more. Obviously, I didn't have a tablet or anything at the time. I mean, I was only just starting high school, so that was sort of, there's lots to learn. But so it was sort of easier to work in Illustrator with a mouse than to try and get stuff done in Photoshop. It wasn't until a fair bit later that we actually ended up with a tablet, and then I got started doing that painting wise. But yeah, it's been a long time. Swagmaster Totoro, hello. You want to play WoW, but you've got to work late tonight? Oh no. Now, I am still not sure if I'm going to get into it or not. I never played a lot of WoW, so I didn't have a super compulsion, but sounds like this expansion is doing pretty well. Some cool stuff in it. Maybe it'd be fun to check it out, but I barely have time to do anything as it is, let alone friggin' decide to start an MMO. I feel like there still wouldn't be time to move somewhere else with more time. No matter how much time you have, it's always never enough. You accidentally got it renewed for another 3 months? Haven't really played in 11 years, but you still have the same character. Man. Have you, like, dabbled in and out? Dabble in and out, yeah. That makes sense. I feel like it's probably a healthier way of doing it. Whether it's worth the money to keep it going if you're not playing that often, but not fun without friends? Yeah. I feel like there are a lot of games that I play these days that are a bit like that. And that makes sense. Just cut them most recently. Yeah, I can imagine like switching back. Like they seem to do. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I don't know a heap about it. I haven't played a lot, but they seem to do like some pretty major reshuffling, at least with every expansion. So I'm sure if you only play occasionally, getting used to what has changed or is new or whatever, it takes some getting used to. That was Tom Waits. That I was listening to there. But I'm just on Spotify, so I got a bit of everything. Shamrock, thank you very much. Solo monster, hello. Sorry, missed the last stream. No worries. Yeah, I've been a little erratic with the time, so I'm not blaming anybody. Not that I would blame you even if I wasn't. If you want to hang out, no worries. It's entirely up to you. Hello, made it back. Hope everyone's doing well. But man, I really find that God, if I start doodling like this, like I often end up with such sort of tepid colors, like everything is so sort of pale. That might be a little too over the top, but Jack Zierhut. Hello. The milkman, hello. Yeah, you always forget adjustment layers. I find that, like, especially if I'm doing a piece like this, where I just start sort of painting and rendering fairly early, that I almost always do at least some sort of adjustment as I'm going. And I mean, I could totally just merge all this, because I'm not ever really going to need to go back. Something like this, I'm just going to keep going, powering forwards. But it's funny, because sometimes, like, I realized somewhere back, like here, that I was sort of painting a little too pale. But maybe that's something that I need to, like, adjust sooner, just to get more used to it. But half the time I'll end up just being like, oh, okay, I know that I'm painting a little too pale at the moment, but I can adjust it later, so I will. And I'll just keep painting pale, like, and then add the adjustment at the end, or end-ish. You noticed a lot of master paintings keep the contrast overall pretty low. Yeah, I think that's part of it too. Like, there's something very nice about painting without a lot of contrast, like just keeping this stuff really subtle as I go. And so maybe dropping an adjustment like this over the top is too much. Or like maybe I lost a bit of subtlety here. Uh, Volpsy, hello, and to everybody else who's there.
When you speak, I hear silence. Every word a defiance. I can hear, oh, I can hear. Think I'll go where it suits me. Moving down to the country with everyone, oh everyone, before we all become one.
Mr. Creep, hello.
You tell yourself that you're lucky.
Hello, everybody. Glad to have you here.
Never struck me as something fun.
As a universal. Oh, sorry. I was too furious. It is some alien creatures roaming a desert. Supposed to be, I don't know. I'm not sure like how much thought I put into it. They have mouths, but don't seem to have any eyes. Potentially electrosensitive appendages, sort of like eels in electric eels or electric fish in muddy water, probing for things in the sand. Considering the length of the legs and the length of the necks, not sure how well that'll work with them actually reaching the sand, so who knows.
If you don't want these lips to kiss you, if you found someone new, put me back in the crowd, put the sun behind the clouds, put me back in the crowd. There's a battle
They have acid for blood. It seems excessive. Probably not.
There's a battle going on between the blue and the gray. And if you don't want my love, don't make me stay. Take back your name,
The tails have to do something. It's true.
take back these wings. Take my picture from the frame and put me back in the crowd. Put the sun behind the clouds. Put me back in the crowd. Put me back in the crowd. Put the sun behind the clouds. Put me
How did I become so good at proportions and perspective? Is it because of my university studies? Sorry for your bad English. No, your English is totally fine. I always find it fun. Oh, I mean, funny is maybe wrong. I don't want to be like condescending or anything, but people saying, I most often see people say sorry for my English when their English is totally fine and probably far better than any Western like English as first language person's second language. Like I learned Italian, right, all the way through high school, and I could never. I mean, I didn't use it anymore, right? But yeah, your English is a lot better than my Italian. Anyway, no, it was not because of my university studies. I can tell you that. I mean, it's just practice, really. I mean, the more you do it, the more it becomes sort of second nature. The more comfortable you get with it. Alright, so I feel like these are almost done here, but it's only 8:30, so a little early to cut the stream off. I'm gonna start doing something else. I think it, I mean, I think it depends on. It depends on the course you would have taken and how well you can do other stuff in your own spare time. Like, I did a lot of drawing in my own time while I was at university, and continue to do that. Alright, I think I'm going to call this piece done. But I will do some more doodling before I turn off the stream. Alright, what am I doing? Read something quick. Continue the theme. Not even. Yes, I am using a drawing tablet. I'm not doing all of this with a mouse. I'm not that fancy. Okay, I'm not Adam Hughes. No Cintiq at the moment, just an old Intuos tablet. Yep, I use the Cintiq at work, but I do not use one. I have a companion at home, but it's not really set up for streaming conveniently, so. Oi. Okay. No. What sort of painting exercises do I do to sharpen my skills? This sort of thing? Probably mostly. I don't really do anything crazy like planned out exercise-wise. If I feel like there's something that I need to work on, I'll sort of do some doodles that are like trying to focus on that. But a lot of the time I end up just sort of playing around with rendering exercises like this. Just a little bit of perspective, a little bit of like general composition, a little bit of not really landscape, but just like overall like getting light to feel right. I have not played any Monster Hunter. I've got a couple of the art books though. Sort of been something that I've been meaning to pick up and try and get into. I love like the style. I don't know why I haven't actually gotten around to doing it yet. Still working for Blizzard? Yes. Yep, yep, yep. Should leave and create my own stuff. I don't know. I don't quite have. I mean, I'm sure it'd be fun. Like, I look at people like Brom, who basically sort of did that. Basically, was working for like big studios and stuff, and then slowly graduated into moving into his own stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's amazing. But I don't have, I mean, and that could be a different thing as I go forwards. But right now I don't have like a huge drive to be like, oh, there's this world inside me that needs to get out. I have fun creating my own stuff, but I don't know that I would like surviving on your own, especially on like if I was to leave and like do freelance work. I mean, I feel like that would work, and I would probably find that exciting. But to leave for a while, but to leave and to like do creator own stuff, I feel like I'm not quite there yet.
Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. Find it hard to tell you, find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. People run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Mad enlarging your mad
All right.
on the spear, you're the nail on the cross.
Okay. I think I'm gonna call it here. Very good. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Or swinging by. Had a good time. Did some blobby creatures. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Some bit of squidging around. Do I have a schedule? Tayshawn. God, I cannot read. Tayshawn owns. Not really. I don't have a schedule. Saturdays usually, but this week was a weekday. Saturday afternoons is usually when I do it. Yeah. Hope you guys. Can I draw a human for scale? Here we go. Stick salesman. Perfect. Yeah. Anyway, thanks guys for showing up. Hope you had a good time. Yeah, maybe next Saturday, aim for stream. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, DeviantArt, Instagram. Twitter's probably the most easy, most reliable way of working out. As long as you check Twitter really, really regularly, because I'm not great at posting that far in advance. Anyway, I'm trying to get better at that as well. Thanks for hanging out. Had a good time, and I shall see you next time.